Hello, welcome to Prime Media TV. This is the newspaper review, and today we have quite a number of headlines to be reviewed with you today. I am Ayo bringing you the newspaper review, and today, coming up, we have the new minimum wage will take effect from May 1st, 2024. Still in the spirit of celebrating the May Day, NLC defend the 615,000 naira proposed as minimum wage. And then to the next headline. Labour gives the federal government till May 31st to conclude on the minimum wage. And still on fuel scarcity, we will be discussing some development on the issue of fuel scarcity right here in Lagos State. Please stay with us. As soon as we get back from the break, we'll go into the show. Welcome back to the show. So let's see the first headline. First headline says new minimum wage will take effect from May 1st, 2024. Federal government. Very quickly, let's see the news in details. The Minister of State Labour, Nkiruka Onyejocha, stated this on Wednesday while addressing Nigerian workers at the May Day celebration in Abuja. The federal government says although the tripartite committee on national minimum wage is yet to conclude its negotiation, workers will not lose anything as the new minimum wage will take effect from May 1st, 2024. The Minister of the State Labour, Nkiruka Onyejocha, stated this on Wednesday while addressing Nigerian workers at the May Day celebration in Abuja. She said it is regrettable that the new national minimum wage is not ready before today. But that's a wide consultation is ongoing to ensure that the document is out together as soon as possible. The Nigerian Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, have at various times called on the administration of President Bola Tinubu to hasten the upward review of wage awards. Of late, the organized labor demanded 615,000 naira as the new minimum wage for workers to cope with the many economic realities and high cost of living in Nigeria. Welcome back to the show. Okay, so with me to discuss this session is Michael Anko, also an analyst who will be joining me to discuss this issue of minimum wage. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so this issue of minimum wage has been ongoing for a very long time. Since the Buhari regime, they signed the minimum wage for 30,000 naira for beginners in civil service and all of that. And the expiration of that minimum wage ended. It's supposed to ended in April this year, and prior to that time they are supposed to have come together for 6 months before the end of the minimum wage to begin to talk about the minimum wage and all of that, but a conclusion has not been reached. But here the federal government is saying that the new minimum wage is going to take effect from the 1st of May this month, which was yesterday, the May Day, and it is making us wonder which minimum wage exactly are they talking about. So what is your general overview to what they have said, and also concerning the Workers' Day that was celebrated yesterday? Was the celebration worth it for the fact that workers in Nigeria are not treated well? So I'd like to hear your thoughts.
Thank you very much. You see, our government and our leaders, I think I don't know how to describe what they usually come out to tell the people. Now, it has not been concluded. Now, it is what has been concluded that you can say is taking effect. There has not been an agreement on the amount. The NLC and the TUC are making a proposal. Their proposal has not been accepted by the federal government. Yeah. It is obvious that even the last meeting that was adjourned has not there was no reconvene of that meeting to conclude on the discussion. And you are telling us that this thing is going to take effect yesterday. You know, I discovered that our government, our leaders, they do better in talking. That is because talking is cheap.
Yeah.
You know, we are still going to be talking a lot of so many things they have said, even in the past, that we see things that are not related to what they said happening. So it is I will just tell you that our Nigerian workers shouldn't expect anything. Now the thing is that, which is it, the 615,000 that is going to take effect, or how much are they want to make how much are they ready to pay the workers?
Yeah.
Is it that, because if they say they've not reached out to conclusion and they are saying it's taking effect from yesterday, so it means they've accepted.
Yeah.
So if they have accepted, I think they should have just openly said they've accepted the proposed amount from the NLC. Not to say that. So now they are giving, I don't know what to say, but our government are deceiving us. And they have been in this business for a very long time. And I think it's a time they should call it a quit, because we are growing. Nigeria is growing. We in Nigeria, we are equally growing. We are tired of this, their old tactics. You are implementing what have not been accepted. I read through the news. I'm seeing the government saying maybe 60,000 or 70,000. So that is what they are willing to give. Meanwhile, the people are making a proposal, a request of 600. Is there closeness to that figure? So I think with time now, today is already second.
Yeah.
I believe with time, it's a matter of days. We now know the workers. All I want to my pain is that Nigerian workers will not be able to come out to the streets to tell the people if the government actually paid them what they say it has taken effect. So wait till the end of the month and see what is going to happen.
Okay, exactly my thoughts. On the 30th of April, the federal government, I saw a story where the federal government approved pay increase for civil service on consolidated salary structure. And part of the things they mentioned is that the salary of civil service will be increased by 20%, 25% to 35%. And according
25 to 35.
Yes, 25 to 35%. And according to them, this increase has already is supposed to have taken effect since January 1st, 2024. And it is so disheartening that they are just mentioning it yesterday. And it is making a lot of Nigerians to ask if they are actually reacting to that story that the federal government increased payment of the salary of workers by 25 to 35%. But the question to even ask is that 25% of 30,000 naira is how much? How much is the increase going to be on the salary of workers? 35. It will be better for those who are in level 15, level 17, earning much. But people who are earning 30,000 naira, 50,000 naira, what is 25%? Considering the economy of the country, considering how difficult the economy has been.
Of the economy has skyrocketed.
Yeah, exactly.
All angles.
Because even 30,000 naira on transportation is not even enough. Because currently, as we speak, there's fuel scarcity, and they will be spending more than they used to spend on transportation and all of that. And another things that Nigerians were asking is that if there's going to be 25 to 35% increase, according to federal government, is this applicable to the youth corpers that are currently serving? There was a time they increased their allowance from 19,000 to 33,000. So since they're also working for the government, they're working currently,
and they are involved in transportation.
Yeah, exactly.
They are involved in everything that is happening in the country at the moment. So it should be applicable to them as well. But then the federal government has not said anything about that. So we are going to keep our fingers crossed on what exactly the federal government are talking about. Which of the minimum wage is going to start taking effect from May 1st? Is it the increase that would take effect, or this proposed minimum wage by the NLC and TUC? Okay. And also, according to federal government, they said the 615,000 naira that TUC and NLC are proposing as minimum wage is not viable. And NLC and TUC came out to defend themselves. So we would like to quickly see that story. Okay.
They defended the amount they are proposing for as the minimum wage.
Minimum wage. They call it living wage.
Yeah, exactly. So FG Labour talks deadlocked. NLC defends 615,000 naira demand. The ongoing negotiation for the new minimum wage have deadlocked followed the inability of the federal government and organized labor to reach a consensus on the issue. President Bola Tinubu gave this indication in a speech during this year's International Workers' Day celebration in Abuja on Wednesday. Top officials of the Federal Ministry of Labor and Employment who spoke on the conditions of anonymity because they were not authorized to speak on the issue said while the organized labor was insisting on 615,000 naira minimum wage, the government and the private sector were proposing between 60,000 naira and 70,000 naira, resulting in a stalemate in negotiation. However, the NLC president, Ajaero, during an interview on Channel Television on Wednesday, said the proposed 15,000 naira minimum wage was arrived at an analysis of the current economic situation and needs of an average Nigerian family of 6. He described the mischievous pay rise of between 25 to 35% for civil service across various consolidated salary structure announced by the federal government on Tuesday. He added, "We should be in the regime of the new minimum wage as of today. Discussions were supposed to have been concluded." The federal government, through the National Assembly, legislated on it, but we saw that the discussion entered voicemail because the federal government refused to reconvene the meeting that was adjourned. And according to the NLC, they said, Ajaro further said, organized labor had agreed on 615,000 naira as the living wage for civil servants. So very quickly, I would like to look at some of the things that he mentioned so we can see why they are proposing 615,000 naira as the minimum wage. According to Ajaero, he stated, living wage is such that will at least keep you alive. It is not a wage that will make you poorer and poorer. It is not a wage that will make you borrow to go to the work. It is not a wage that will lead you to be in the hospital every day because of the malnutrition. For that living wage, we have tried to look at 615,000 naira. And according to Ajaero, some of the things that he mentioned is that they are going to look at accommodation of 40,000 naira. They are going to look at electricity because electricity has increased, even though we are not enjoying it. They are going to look at 20,000 naira for electricity. And because gas and kerosene has increased, that they are going to look at 25,000 naira monthly for kerosene and gas. At least workers are going to eat. They are going to do all of that. And you look at family of 6, food for family of 6, 9,000 naira daily, which makes a total of 270,000 naira for 30 days and all of that. And he also mentioned that medical bill, that is if it is not going to include surgery, that they were going to make it 50,000 naira in a month, sanitation of 10,000 naira, clothing of 20,000 naira, transportation of 110,000 naira, because most of them live very far from their place of work and all of that. So this defense of NLC is viable. It is visible because in other countries, they consider all of these things.
Sure.
There is health insurance over their workers when they are sick. Their health is covered. They are working per hour, and they know what they are working for.
Are you even mentioning other countries? Our politicians, don't they enjoy all this? Don't they? Are they not entitled to travel allowance, to electricity allowance? All these allowances, are they not enjoying it? You know. If it is good for them, there's a saying that what is good for the goose is good for the gander.
Yeah.
If it is good for them, don't they know that other workers under the government are supposed to enjoy the same thing? They enjoy home allowance. They enjoy transportation allowances, aside their huge salaries. So it's not just about other countries. It's about what they too know that is, if it is good for them, then other Nigerian workers should equally benefit from same thing. You see, this our government, I don't know what to. Now, when it comes to the role they should play for the masses, they don't take it serious. It is a problem because I don't know how they expect somebody with all that is happening in the country, which they are aware of, to earn 30,000 as minimum wage or 70,000 as they are proposing. I said earlier that we'll wait till the end of the month. Let us know the one they say it has taken effect since yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
At the end of the month, we'll know. So, but it pains me that our country, our people are now so used to suffering that even as they've heard this thing from the government, and at the end of the month, there is no reflection of what have been said, they are not going to come out to do anything. Don't be surprised that this proposed, what the NLC has said, they are not going to take action. So, but I don't know, 70,000, 60,000, what can it solve? What problem can it solve? The problem of transportation alone? But let's wait till the end of the month and let's see. Because if you see all the analysis for the 615,000, it's discovered that even if it is to be well calculated, that money is not even enough. Honestly speaking, because housing, transportation, feeding, gas, you know how much a gauge of gas is now. We all know. We know what fuel is saying now, transportation, and even at home. And, let's just wait till the end of the month. Let's see the one they've implemented.
Exactly.
They will now know what our reaction to what they have said.
Yeah, all right. Okay, still on the story of minimum wage. Labour gives federal government till May 31st as deadline on minimum wage. Very quickly, let's hear what they have to say. The organised labour yesterday gave the federal government till May 31st the deadline to conclude the minimum wage negotiation or face a nationwide industrial action. This came as President Bola Tinubu promised that his administration was working on a new minimum and living wage to improve the welfare of workers in the country. The organized labor during the May Day celebration at the N Square, Abuja, also insisted on 615,000 naira minimum wage, even as it placed an 18-point demand before the government, threatening to shut down the country if the federal government failed to accede to their request by May 31st. The surprising thing is that it is not the first time that NLC will be going on strike. In February, they had a 14-day strike, and they told the federal government that if they will not talk about the minimum wage, they were going to go on another strike. And the federal government did not say anything about that. In fact, Mr. President, when he came to inaugurate the Red Line in Lagos in February, he threw a jab at the NLC president that if they are interested in politics, they should wait till 2027. That was his reaction to the protest that happened in February 2024. And since they weren't taken serious, quite a number of persons came out, including some ministers that are supposed to be fighting for labor and all of that. They came out to question the NLC president, the person of Joe Ajaero, on why he would be leading such protests of hunger and all of that. Why
because they are not being affected.
All of that, exactly. So now we want to look at how effective is this May 31st going to be if they could not do anything when they protested in February. What is the assurance that they are going to do anything again now that they are planning another worldwide
To
protest?
be very candid with you, the government are not going to do anything. They've so mastered Nigerians that once the strikes begins, once they refuse to do anything, it's a matter of time. Some people would go cut out of the strike. They are not going to do anything. And don't be surprised that I discovered that when there is a strike, the government goes into sorting the people that instigate the strike. Once they know that these are the key members and the key figures that are engineering the strike, I'm sure they used to call them into dialogue. You see, our governments have failed us. They have failed Nigerians. They have failed the youth. They have failed market women. They have failed Nigerian workers. I can tell you, it's just so painful that when it is election time, in spite of all this pain we go through, we still won't do the needful. It's quite unfortunate. But if it is about, there is no assurance that the government is going to give a positive response to the demand of the NLC. They are not being affected. They are earning huge. You were saying the people that were supposed to support the strike, they are not going to support the strike because they are not being affected. You can only talk about what is affecting you. You get it? That is what we're happening in Nigeria. You know how much our politicians are earning. So when you are talking about hardship, even the fuel scarcity in Nigeria is not affecting them. They have these things stuck in their houses. So when you are talking, it is possible for them to go out there and say there is no fuel scarcity in Nigeria. It's very, very possible. I'm telling you the truth. It is possible for our politicians to go out there now and tell the people, especially when they travel out of the country, and say nothing of such is happening in Nigeria because they are not being affected. They lie, they deceive us, and they do it repeatedly. They are not going to do anything, but we'll wait till today is second already. It's a matter of days.
Exactly.
We'll see what will happen.
The month has ended already. Exactly. So we are going to keep our fingers crossed and see the aftermath of this a deadline that NLC has given the federal government. They gave a deadline in February, yet the federal government did not do anything to it. Let's see how effective this is going to be. Probably by the time it begins to affect a lot of people, maybe people will come out to protest more, because some person, even despite that the police supported the protest, the protest they had in February, the police supported them. They gave them water and biscuits. Maybe by the time they come outside and there's nobody to give them water and biscuits, they will, they will do the necessary and fight for their rights, because we cannot see, if you see any country that gets what they want, they fought for it. Nothing good comes easy.
So it depends on the people you are dealing with.
Yeah,
Our
exactly.
governments do not, our leaders don't have conscience.
No. It will get to a point when, if the people insist, or if they insist, look at the people of Senegal. They insisted, you are not going to postpone the election. You are not going to extend it again. This is what we want. And the people came together. They forgot tribalism. They forgot religion. So I think the major problem that is affecting us in this country is religion and tribalism. The day we put that aside, we are going to get what we want.
I quite disagree with you.
Okay.
We have a government and leaders who can do the unthinkable and come out on social media and lie, on TV stations and lie.
Exactly. We have been Lambert. We have just been Lambert recently.
A situation whereby foreign during the election from US can go back and give a fake report of what played out. Very obvious. These people, they are if there's any, I don't know how to describe them. So these people, when you're talking about other nations where their leaders have conscience, it's not applicable in Nigeria. We have people whose conscience is at the back. They can do the otherwise and still come out and lie to the whole world. So, but let's see what happened at the end of the month.
Okay.
I believe everything has expiration date.
Yeah, exactly. So we're moving on to the last story. Still on fuel scarcity. Nigerians has devised new way on how to go about fueling. Now, we've been giving you updates back to back on the fuel scarcity in some part of Lagos. And today, again, we have a really hilarious scene of Nigerians trying to get fuel. This is how bad it is. And we have the video. The video will be displayed to you so you can see what Nigerians, yesterday, earlier this week, it was a case of people buying meat pie before they can get fuel. Now, Nigerians are even going. Let's see the video. Okay, this is the development right here in some part of Lagos. The first thing that came to my mind is the one that placed the generator on his head. But what if something happened? We have seen, look at the fire outbreak at the Idumota.
Okay.
It was the case of fueling generator. Now there is fuel in this generator. What if they pass by? We are in a country that people smoke anyhow. There's no decency in smoking. You just see people put. I was coming this morning and I saw a guy on the bike, probably because the weather was cold or something. He had cigarettes with him on the bike. What if by mistake it threw this thing and there is an explosion? Well, this is the situation of things in Nigeria right now, where people have to go to the fuel station with their generators,
regardless of the
they are not
weight.
selling to. What really is happening? I want to hear your thoughts, because Nigerians are confused as to what exactly is causing all of this. Problem.
Thank you very much. You see, this question you asked me now, and this video that you just played, it has taken my mind back to what our president, had to say when he went to Saudi Arabia recently on the World Economic Commission. He said that the removal of the fuel subsidy in Nigeria has no effect. I don't know. He said something like it has no effect, or it has saved Nigerians. So the world is seeing the effects, the benefit. Now, yesterday, I and my neighbor were driving out, and he said he wants to go to, he want to go and buy fuel. I was like, okay, which of the fleet station? He said he want to go to the shop and carry and lose the generator tank. Imagine the stress of having to lose your generator tank, because if you go with gallon, they won't say for you. Now, if you go to, this thing is not just happening in Lagos. In all parts of Nigeria, it's happening. You see people have to sleep in fuel station. Nigerians are going through a lot, and people must go to work. People must go to work. I don't know if these people are leading themselves, or they are leading the people of Nigeria. Are they not seeing these things just because they are not affected? To an extent, I can say I thank God that this thing is happening. It is an eye-opener. Experience is the best teacher. But it is very painful that in Nigeria, in spite of all the hard experiences we go through, when it comes to election time, somebody can, because of 200 naira, and compromise. It's a very
200 naira is not even visible again. Nobody wants to take 200 naira.
They now seal Gary and give to people to vote for them. And you see people who has gone through this hell for 4 years. In fact, 4 years is no longer, it's 8 years. And they will still compromise their right. It's a shame. So I say that what is happening now, anyway, it's not the first time we are going through this hell of a thing about fuel in Nigeria. A product that God has given to us. We have so many refineries. Imagine a government that is telling the world that they have commissioned, that what is not working is working. A refinery that is not working, in fact, that is not even close to functioning, they commissioned it. This government, I tell you, they have failed us. They have failed the youth. They have failed everybody. They are the biggest liars. They are telling us that the removal of fuel subsidy has improved Nigeria economy. In what way? In what way? So I don't know. But I say again that it's a general market for all now. It is your tribe. It is my tribe. My brother, it is a general market. Everybody is feeling it. But what I'm waiting for is at the end of the month, let's know which of the minimum wage has been implemented.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the development right here in Nigeria. These are the things that Nigerians are currently experiencing, especially on the issue of fuel scarcity. Nigerians are yet, if you go to fuel stations currently as we speak, there are still queues in fuel station, and coupled with the fact that they are not even selling to jerry cans, and it is still in the middle of this, that
in spite of the high price,
we are also being lambasted. There is lies upon lies about $600 million investments that, we know the truth. We know the truth, and thank God the truth is beginning to reveal itself. They are trying to attract foreign investors, and even the foreign investors can visibly see what is happening in the country they want to come and invest in. So we are going to keep our fingers crossed and bring you updates back to back as it is happening in Nigeria. Before we leave the studio, we'd like that you follow us on all our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are Prime Media TV. On Instagram and TikTok, we are Prime Media Studio. On the website where you're currently watching us, we are enginespeak.com. And you can as well follow us on YouTube at EngineSpeak. I am Ayo. Until I come your way again, please do have a great day.